Hello everyone. Today's poem is 木瓜 by 佚名. 木瓜 is a poem from the Book of Songs, 诗经. So we know it's a poem dated back at least 2,500 years ago. So, and also in that time it came in the form of a song. So it was a song with music. The most meaningful poems in the Book of Songs was so-called 国风, the wind of the states. And this poem is from the Wei Wind, the wind of the Wei state, one of the 15 states in the Book of Songs. Wei state is a very powerful state in the beginning of the Zhou dynasty. It takes the land of the former Shang dynasty, the area of capitals surrounded the capital of the Shang dynasty. So it's a very strategic place as well. There's a Zhou troops stayed here, which are responsible for the safety, for the guard of the east part of the Zhou dynasty. The Wei state became weaker and weaker through time. It even moved its capital, the town of the Lord, for several times. And strangely, it lasted for 907 years total. It is the longest survived state among all the states of the Zhou dynasty, even longer than the king of the Zhou dynasty. Someone in the Zhou dynasty gave the root cause with the word 魏帝自古多君子. The Wei states, it always has a lot of people with virtue, always have a lot of people well educated. I don't know, maybe that's the reason. As usual, this poem from the Book of Songs is anonymous with no writer's name on it. And the title, 木瓜, it means papaya. But in this poem, it doesn't refer to the papaya we had today. Now let's have this very simple poem. 木瓜, 佚名. 投我以木瓜, 报之以琼琚. 非报也, 永以为好也. 投我以木桃, 报之以琼瑶. 非报也, 永以为好也. 投我以木李, 报之以琼玖. 非报也, 永以为好也. So it's a quite simple wording. It's almost has no difficulty for today's Chinese, as far as we explain some words, special words here. So the poem is in 3 paragraphs. It almost repeating itself. Anyhow, just think about that. It's a song. So when we're singing a song, we always have a lot of the repeating words again and again. And also it's also quite similar to a tongue poetry, 渭城曲. So you can check my video, 渭城曲. So that poetry by Wang Wei was also called 阳关三叠. So that means that poem, it has music in the Tang dynasty. It should be repeated 3 times. So you can see from this poem, this is the very original Chinese poetry. So the tradition starts from here. In the first paragraph, we have the same word in the title, 木瓜, the woody pear. In the second paragraph, the woody peach. We are not quite sure about the exact fruit it is, but basically it's sort of the wild, rough fruits in the wild. In the third paragraph, 木李, the woody plum. So it's also sort of the wild, rough fruits. And also we can see in the second sentence in each paragraph, 琼琚, 琼瑶, 琼酒. So it's all sort of the jade in a special shape, and its purpose is a decoration on the clothes, and that decoration is only for the noble peoples. The third sentence, 非报也. So the first character normally was read as 匪, but here it's a borrowed words, 通假字. So it's equivalent to 不,非. It means no, not for rewards. So 非报也 means not for rewards, not for something return. So let's review the first sentence. It's quite simple as far as know these key words. 投我以木瓜. So someone dropped me a woody pear, a fruit. So I reward him with a beautiful jade. 非报也. So that's not for the reward. That's not for the return, the gift in return. It's for the goodness, for the friendship forever. 永以, forever. 为好, so for the goodness, for the friendship forever. So basically the three paragraph is telling the same thing. Someone sent me a wild fruit, so it's not the normal or average fruit. It's something in the wild. It's not good, even not good as the fruit. And I reward him. I gave him something in return, the best things, and with the most noble character, because jade is could be only used by the noble people in the Zhou dynasty. Why I'm doing such a weird thing? The jade definitely is not reward or the gift in return. The purpose I'm doing this is for the goodness forever. 永以 means forever. 为好 is for the goodness, for the friendship, for the goodness between us. So it's something between two parties. So all the three paragraphs actually is telling the same things, but there's a little bit change. So that's the typical the songs like. Even today we write lyrics this way. The simple poem was explained in a big variety through the Chinese history. Basically, it could be categorized in two main categories. One is it refers to a history event. The Wei state was destroyed by the nomad race from the northern China. The town was sacked. Another state, Qi state, helped the Wei people, or helped the lord of the Wei, fight back and restored the town, restored the Wei state as usual. And finally, the Wei people, or the Lord of the Wei, felt so gracious, grateful for the Qi people, for the Lord of Qi, and they wrote this poem. The second explanation actually is very late in the Song dynasty. It forms in the very late time of Song dynasty, though it was interpreted as the love songs between a man and a woman. The women send the fruit to the man, and the man reward the woman with the jade. Of course, the man described in this poem was noble, or even could be the lord of the Wei state. So I have done a little research by myself. With today's knowledge, I read this very thick history book of the Zhou dynasty. Basically, this poem describes a social event between two persons, or even between two states. This process, or this social event, actually was very detailed, regulated by the Zhou code, Zhou Li. So there are some of the rules I get from this very thick history book. Code number 1. Whenever you want to visit another person, you should take a gift with you. And different levels of people, they should take different gifts. Let's say the Lord, they take jade. The high-ranking officials, they should take a lamp, a bird. Women take crops, fruits. So in this poem, it looks like the visitor is a woman, and she even took a humble gift, a wild fruit. So this more implies the woman was much lower social status. Code number 2. So whenever you pay a visit to another person, you take a gift with you. Normally, the gift would be returned to the visitor at the end of the meeting. There's 2 exceptions. So you pay a visit to a higher level people compared to yourself, and also you have some of the request to that people, and finally through the meeting that person agreed to your request or answered your request, so the gift was kept by that high-ranking person. Or if you two with the same social levels, normally the gift was returned as well at the end of the meeting, but that guy should pay a visit back sometimes later with the same situation we described before. With the code of conduct of the Zhou dynasty, this poem looks so weird. Someone gave me the gift of the wild fruit, and I gave back of jade. It doesn't follow the code of conduct. It should be equal reward or no reward. Another poem from the Book of Songs, Daya II, has a quite similar wordings. 投我以桃，报之以李. So the Daya poetry. The poetry in Daya normally was considered from the most noble people of the royal families, and it was believed was written by one of the famous lords of the Wei states. So he used the code of conduct for normal people to express his feelings. So that is a tradition when writing the poems, because he's the lord of the Wei state. When he writing in the real case, he should always reward with jade, or he send out jade to some other noble peoples. But in his poem he said, someone sent me peach fruit and I sent back plum fruit. So that's follows the code of the conduct of the Zhou dynasty. That's okay, that's equality. But in this poem, he borrowed the similar wording, but it doesn't follow the code of conduct. So there's two things reflected in this situation. The first thing first is in the late time of the Zhou dynasty, as the Confucius put it, that the code of conduct broke and the music damaged, 礼崩乐坏. So the code of conduct doesn't follow, and the normal people, they don't follow the social level, the rules of the social levels anymore. The second thing reflected could be this poem most probably was written by a noble people or even the lord of the Wei state, so he can very easily or equally borrow the words from his ancestors, and he also sent back with jade, which expressed his nobility. He was the most high-level people, so he can send out the jade as a reward. 投我以木瓜, the character 投 means drop thing on the ground. So this is not rude. This is also a code of conduct in the Zhou dynasty. A lower level people visit a higher level people, he should put his gift on the ground rather to give the gift hand by hand. So the code of conduct actually is in such a detail. Here I just gave a very brief review on that. From my own sense, the first interpretation could be the real case. The high level Wei state was saved by the lower level state, Qi state, and the lord of Wei want to express his grateful to the lord of Qi, and someone or he wrote this poem. Anyhow, the Wei state lasted for 900 years. So many things happened, and so many things not in the history book. We may never know what's the real case about this poem. Okay, that's for today. I hope you enjoyed this, and bye-bye.